And I'm just going to mute everybody. Now, you guys are going to be muted just for distraction purposes, and I may stop to do that a couple of times during the call. But if you feel the spirit move and want to ask a question or say something, you can unmute yourself. That's fine. I will do a full Q&A at the end, though. So thank you so much, Meg, for having me. I'm super excited to be here with you guys. My name's Eric Johnson. I'm the creator and the CEO of Teamzy. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to take you through some training, not just on how to use Teamzy and how it's going to really help you get really organized and be able to build this business more efficiently, but I'm also going to teach you a little bit about the philosophy that Teamzy's built upon, which is relationship marketing. It's more a way of doing business than just an app to help you, if that makes sense. And hopefully what I'm going to teach you guys today is going to resonate with you, and you're going to really fall in love with the system, which is why we built it. So let me go ahead and just jump right in. I have a presentation. I'll start first, and then we'll jump into Teamzy. Okay, you guys see my presentation right now? It's purple. Okay, perfect. So this is what I want to talk to you about first, how to leverage relationship marketing to become a power hour boss. And the reason why I want to talk to you guys, I'm going to teach you a little bit about relationship marketing, but I want you to know right now when we get to Teamzy, I'm going to show you how you can do all of your proactive outgoing reaching out in like 30 minutes a day, okay, with this tool. So then you have time to do everything else you need to do in your life, which is pretty awesome. A little bit about my backstory for those of you who don't know me. I was a Beachbody coach like you guys, and this system was built for Beachbody coaches. I want you guys to know that first and foremost. My background was in business consulting. I helped coach people in their business. That was what I did for my entire grown-up life. I've helped people build their business. I've been teaching these principles of relationship marketing, mostly in the real estate industry, but helping people become build top sales-based businesses. And when I became a Beachbody coach, the first thing I did was look for the tools that I thought surely must exist to help us leverage our time. Because the first thing you need to do when you become a business owner, and don't ever think that you guys are salespeople or whatever, you're business owners, is you have to figure out how to leverage your time. And I know that a lot of you guys are moms. I've got 4 kids too. I'm at home now, which is pretty cool. It's part of the dream. And life is incredibly busy. You only have this much time. You need to be able to leverage it. Well, when I went looking, what I found was there really weren't any tools for coaches. There was a couple of things, but they were based on the wrong philosophy, in my opinion. They weren't based on the relationship philosophy, which I'm going to talk to you guys about today. So we built Teamzy. It didn't exist, so we built it. That's kind of the story. And then when it took off, I had to stop being a coach because compliance didn't like that. That's all good. All right. So let's talk a little bit about what is this relationship marketing I keep mentioning. First and foremost, relationship marketing is a lead generation system. It's a lead generation system. That's a system that initiates consumer interest or inquiry into the products or services of a business. Okay, lead generation system, a system that initiates consumer interest or inquiry into the products or services of a business. Make sure you guys have notepads out because I am going to throw a lot of good stuff at you today. I bring this up first because a lot of people hear the word relationship marketing and they think, oh, that's just like, kumbaya, hugging on people, sending smiley emoticons in my messages, right? No, it's actually a system, guys, that you build your business upon. The cool thing is, though, is that it is loving. That is the basis of it. As we go forward, I'll explain a little bit more. But I also want you guys to understand this. I'm going to teach you about investing in people, about loving on people, about doing your business that way. But you need to know that your business is not selling Shakeology. Your business is not marketing home fitness programs. Your business is lead generation. You are in the lead generation business. Write down in your notes, I am in the lead generation business. And the easiest way for me to describe what lead generation means is this, you guys. It's meeting new people. It's meeting new people. Because new people, with this system, we build relationships with new people. And that generates our leads. Make sense? Okay. So relationship marketing is a system we follow. It allows us to serve and bring value first. We serve and bring value first. And when we invest systematically in relationships, people are more likely to want to do business with us and to recommend our business to others, right? Just common sense, right? Also, this is an important one. We're able to create predictable and reliable results for our business. How many of you guys would like to have predictable and reliable results in your business? And I know that's the biggest kind of stomach ache in this business is like, where am I going to be in 3 months? Or I'm having a good month now, but what's going to happen next month? I'm telling you guys, if you follow this system, it's been used in dozens of businesses. This system creates predictable and reliable results. Okay? In fact, those of you guys who have started using Teamzy probably wondered how, when you did the setup wizard, which I'll show you in a minute, it asks for your income goal and then tells you what you need to do daily to hit that income goal. That's because there are like universal ratios that we can use to predict the results you're going to get if you're consistently connecting with people. It's pretty awesome. And then we always know what to do next because it's a system. We always know what to do next because it's a system. And the cool thing about this, not only will you know what to do next, but you can help duplicate your team by plugging them into a system where they'll know what to do next. Okay. Here's another important principle that I want you guys to get. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. So remember, you're in the lead generation business, right? And you generate leads so that you can develop and deepen relationships with them. Guys, if all you remember from this call today, and I'm going to give you a lot of content, is this: oh wow, my job is to meet new people and develop relationships with them. If that's all you get from this, you'll be successful. If your focus every day is meeting new people and developing relationships with them, and obviously all the people you already know, then you're going to win. Okay, I want you to get those two principles. Now Teamzy is going to give you the system that enables you to do that easily and fun, but that's it. And then what we do with relationships is we turn them into advocates. Over time, every single person that you come in contact with can become your advocate. They may join your team, they may become a customer, or they may just be somebody who thinks you're awesome and sends people to your business. All three of those are great, right? And that's the goal. That's the goal. We invest in relationships by giving them time and outstanding service, and they become our advocates. You guys know what I'm talking about. How many of you guys are already advocates for 10 different companies or products, things that you love? And what do you do with those, things? You share them with everybody. It's crazy. That's the way people are designed. We're created that way. So we're just going to we're going to love on people, and we're going to leverage that natural desire for them to share something they love. Okay, next. Important principle. Relationship marketing depends on trust. Relationship marketing depends on trust. This is huge. Another way to say this is, if you're a jerk, this ain't gonna work. Okay? Are there jerks in this business? Have you guys come across unscrupulous people? Absolutely. In fact, unfortunately, that's why network marketing has a bad reputation. Right? It has a bad reputation because so many people have done it, I call it the other way, the find them, fleece them, and forget them method. This approach depends on trust. It depends on trust, okay? But trust is what makes the work fun. You don't have to convince people when they trust you. Even if they trust you a tiny bit, you can get right to helping them, right? You can just get right to the best part of being a coach, is helping people. Trust takes that icky salesperson feeling out of the equation. How many of you guys are super paranoid about being the icky salesperson? And sometimes that fear of being the icky salesperson holds us back from growing our business, right? But I want you to know, if your focus is on building trust with people, that's not an issue. Also, you get to go for yes. You get to go for yes. I don't know if you guys as a team have gone for no, or know what I'm talking about with the whole go for no idea. The idea being is it's like it builds character, right? You go through your list, you churn through your warm market, going for no's, meaning like the more rejection you get, great, mark that person off your list and you're getting closer to a yes. Have you guys done that? Now, I know a lot of people have done it and have had some success from it, but I just want you guys to know my experience. When I was a brand new coach, 3 months in the business, I got put into one of these diamond synergy groups, that corporate puts together. And the group was doing a go for no thing. And I said, why in the world would I, A, want to get rejected by my friends and family? And 2, why would I ever want to take them off my list? If I really believe in what we're doing, that these products change lives, why would I ever want somebody off my list? See, to me, I wanted to crawl under my desk and hide when they wanted to go for no. But here's the thing I want you guys to know. If your focus is on helping people and your focus is on building trust, then you're going for yes. And nobody falls away. If I touch somebody and they say no, it's like, great. Teamzy brings them back to me in a couple months. I touch them again. And I continue to invest in that relationship. I'm going for yes all the time. Does that make sense? Okay. Sorry, I get kind of passionate about this stuff. How to build trust. There's actually ways to do it, you guys. There's ways to build trust. I'm going to teach you a few basic ones. The 4 essential ingredients to building trust. The first one is chemistry. Chemistry. I'll go through them quickly and then I'll break them out for you. Character is the second one. Character. The 4th essential ingredient is competence. Competence. And the 5th is consistency. Consistency. Chemistry, character, competence, consistency. All right. Chemistry, this is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Okay, chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? And you guys do great on this. I see your social media posts. You're finding people with common ground. You're attracting them to you. Some of you guys have identified your niche and are marketing to that niche, which is awesome. The bottom line is it's very hard to trust somebody you don't like. True? Very hard to trust somebody you don't like. So you need to find common ground with someone. All I'm going to say on this is, ask questions, close your mouth. That's it. Ask questions, close your mouth, and listen to the answers. And here's the thing I want you to know too, is that you do have common ground with every single person, even if you don't think you have anything in common with somebody. If you ask enough questions and be quiet, you'll find it, okay? All right, or you can refer them to someone on your team if you really just don't like them. You don't like that person on your team. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, the next one, character. Let's talk about character. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you are relatable. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you are relatable. Here's what I want you guys to get about this definition. It's so big. It's not something you have, it's something you do. Character is not something you have, it's something you do. And I think we think it's something we have, and we walk around like it's something we're proud of and everybody should see it. And then if someone questions it, we get offended, right? I mean, I feel like we are in a society of getting offended right now. You guys with me on that? Here's the thing. I don't know your character unless you show it to me by how you care for me. Okay? And I need to know that you're relatable, because there are people that have awesome character that we put on a pedestal. I need to know that you're relatable too. So here's the thing, I just want you guys to understand this. This is something that you have to do on a daily basis, consistently, constantly do, is demonstrate your character. And as you are talking to people, the way you treat your customers and your coaches on your team, the way you post on social media, everything needs to be demonstrating that you care about the person looking at that you care about the person receiving that message, and that you're relatable. If you're going to do a post and you're not sure, is this too egotistical? That's your question. Does it demonstrate my care, and does it show that I'm relatable? You with me? All right, I could do a whole thing on how these 4 points actually could create your social media strategy. Maybe I'll do that another time. I'll schedule it. Okay, competence. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. Okay, competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. There's 2 halves to this here. Again, by the way, something you do, demonstrate, not something you have. The reason there's 2 pieces is because in this business, I need to know, first and foremost, if I need your help as my coach to get healthy. Can I trust you to give me the right advice and the right encouragement, everything? Are you competent as a coach? Second, I need to know, can you mentor me in this business if I join your team? So your competence has 2 pieces. Are you good at what you do? Are you a good coach? And are you somebody who's a good business person? Now, here's what I want you guys to get on this, by the way. This is important. And as you bring people onto your team, please teach them this too. Have you guys ever heard someone tell you to fake it till you make it? Yeah, don't do that. Don't fake it. Don't ever fake it. Don't ever fake it. You don't need to. First of all, your warm market knows that you're faking it. They saw you throw up in 3rd grade, right? But you don't need to fake it. You plug into the competence of your team. Your team has so much experience. Your team has everything that you need. And when you're newer and you don't have that level of competence yet, you bring people in and you say, look at the team we're going to connect into. We're going to plug into together, the experience and the competence here. You lean into your team until you've built your own level of competence. Does that make sense? But you still need to be demonstrating that when you come with me, this is what you get. Chemistry, character, competence. Okay, one principle before we go on to the fourth one, and that's this. People really only care about three things. When they're going to do business with you, people only care about three things. Can I trust you? Are you good at what you do? And do you care about me? I know I did that in order, but you only got to get the three things. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? This is what people look for. You guys have probably heard this before. A lot of teachers talk about these three principles. This is what's happening deep in someone's heart, in the back of their mind when they're talking to you. And when you get an objection about anything, I don't care what it is, it could be the vitamin D content in Shakeology. It just means that one of these questions, or all of them, in their heart of hearts, are not answered yet, which is not a reason to give up. It's, you still have to overcome those objections, but you need to go, okay, I just need to continue investing in this relationship. I need to deepen the trust that I have with this person. Because right now there's a lot of objections because we just don't have that relationship yet. Does that make sense? Okay, just a little footnote on this. I'm not going to go deep into this, but I will mention later the fact that the retention rate of coaches in this business is pretty low. So I just want you guys to know, put a little note on this. When you're getting objections and somebody joined your team with objections, you need to know those objections are still there. You have to build that relationship. Otherwise, do not be surprised when they quit. Are you with me? Okay, this is important. It's important because people are here for the opportunity, but they're also here even more so for the community. And you guys know, how many of you guys are here because you just love this community? Who's going to Summit next week? I mean, how excited are you guys to be with all those coaches? I'm not even a coach, I'm still going. I don't care. I just like being around the community, right? I'm going to be there. I got my new Teamzy hat. I'll be walking around talking to people. But they didn't take away my ticket, so I said, I'm still going. It's great. I'll see if they let me sign up for next year. Consistency, number 4, consistency. Oh, here we go with consistency. You guys know how important consistency is, right? I mean, it's everything. And it's the hardest thing in the world to be. But this is it, guys. We need to be consistent for any of this to matter. Here's your important principle. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. People respect consistency and they desire it for themselves. I actually took this principle from one of my favorite books, personal development books, which I will recommend to you guys. It's called Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion. Here it is on the screen by Bob Cialdini. Awesome book. If you guys haven't read that, add it to your list. Here, I'll put it on the screen for you. He talks in here about the 6 laws of social influence. And one of the most important ones is the desire to be consistent. People desire to be consistent. The cool thing about it is that people actually respect it. When they see you being consistent, how many of you guys have ever been told, you're so inspiring? I find you so inspiring. I've been following you on Instagram. You're so inspiring. Or, what do you think it is that that's inspiring about you? Like, are you some special sauce? Have you achieved physical perfection like Autumn Calabrese is asking you for crunch technique? No, we're all normal people, right? The reason that what is inspiring about you is what you are doing consistently. People respect it and they desire it. It attracts people to you. You want to build trust, you got to be consistent. You want a relationship, you got to be consistent. I'm going to show you this as we go and how the system helps you. How about kids? You guys got kids? Is it important to be consistent? Yeah, it's everything. This is huge. But the cool thing about this, guys, is consistency not only builds trust, but actually attracts people to your business. Being consistent is actually a marketing tool. Why do you think, how many times have you heard Carl Deichler tell you to be a product of the product? Do you think it's just because he wants you to drink a bag of Shakeology every month? Well, that's true. He does want you to drink a bag of Shakeology for lots of reasons, but he knows that if you're consistent, other people will be drawn to you and you'll be more successful. Does that make sense? All right, so I'm getting too into this. I'm going to take too much time. Let me just ask you guys a question. As Zig Ziglar would say, check up from the neck up. Are you consistent? How are you guys doing? Are you a product of the product? Are you? I'm trying to get back into it. I have to tell you guys, not being a coach for 6 months, almost a year now, it's like I put on 20 pounds. I'm like, summit's coming up. I need to get into a program. I'm working my butt off right now on 21-day fix. It's pretty cool. Okay. Are you doing your workout? Are you drinking your shake? Are you committed to healthy living? Are you doing personal development? Are you consistent with these things? Hopefully you guys are like, yeah, I feel pretty good about these, right? Maybe not the personal development that much, Eric, but I really need to do that, right? I got to hammer you guys a little bit about that, because that's probably the most important thing. And when you talk to the successful coaches, what is it that they always seem to be saying? Personal development, personal development, personal development. Do you think it's just something they teach them to say? Like they get their 10-star diamond shirt and it comes with a note that says, please mention personal development every day? No, it's because that's how they got there, guys. Don't neglect that. Here's what I do. How many of you guys have a dog? Anyone have a dog? Do you guys ever walk the dog? Or do you have one of those dogs that never gets walked and you should feel guilty about that? Just kidding. Get Audible. I got an Audible account last year and I listen to books while I walk my dog. She doesn't mind. And it's awesome. I get to do two things. I get to love my dog and walk books. And then what happens is this, by the way, if any of you guys have ever followed me on Facebook or anything, I'll be listening to a book. I'll get inspired. I'll be outside in nature in the neighborhood or whatever. And it'll give me an idea for a Facebook Live video, which I can do while I'm walking the dog too, which is pretty cool. Okay. Personal development. Sorry, a little side note. The passion tangent, I call those. So this is you, right? Struggling, but moving forward, not perfect, but determined, right? How many of you guys say, Eric, I'm pretty good. I'm consistent on this stuff. Good. Good for you. Proud of you guys. But here's the real question. Are you as consistent in your relationships? And what I mean is, are you as consistent about staying in touch with your relationships as you are about doing your workouts every day, drinking Shakeology every day, personal development, social posts? And this is where most of us go, oh, well, actually, I wasn't really prepared for that one, right? And I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I'm just trying to show you that there is a way to do it, okay? But here's your principle, is that people won't believe you till they see you. And what I mean by that is, social media is amazing. And probably, how many of you guys are building your business primarily on social media? I know I did the same. And you get you meet great people and you get great results on social media. But think about all the people that aren't commenting, liking, or responding. It's the vast majority, right? They are watching. They are watching. They think what you're doing is awesome, but they don't really believe the invitation's for them. That's why reaching out to them, I'm going to show you how to do it, is key, because they don't really believe it's for them until they hear from you directly and consistently. Make sense? Okay. I don't know why that went backwards. Here we go. Relationship building is a contact sport. And what do I mean by that? I mean, you actually have to be in contact with somebody. You want a relationship with them, you got to be in contact with them. That's the key. And I know that time is scarce. That's why we're going to leverage your time so that you can stay in contact. Literally, you guys can easily stay in contact with 5,000 people a year with this system and not spend more than 30 minutes a day. How cool is that? After this, you want to run for mayor or something. Okay, so here's your principle. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Okay, and I'm almost done this. We'll jump into Teamzy. I promise we're going to actually see the software. But is this valuable? Are you guys getting some good stuff from this? Okay, because it's important. I want you to you have to have the right heart to leverage the app. So investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Okay, I'm just going to give you an example on this. Let me stop my share so I can actually see you guys for a second while I give you this example. How many of you guys have ever received like a really great note card? Like a card from your husband or from somebody you care about, and it was handwritten. There was like a handwritten message that was thoughtful in it. Do you guys ever receive a card like that? And it has an emotional impact on you, right? I mean, it moves you. And then when you're done reading that card, you just recycle it, right? Just throw it in the trash. Or do you guys have a special place where you keep those cards? Do you have like yeah, everyone does, like a pretty box, right? Or a drawer somewhere where you keep those special cards and you keep them forever. Then you get a card like this. I just got this the other day. I used to use this example. I actually got one the other day. I got this card from my insurance guy. Nice little pretty card, right? It's a little postcard. And it even has a message that was like handwritten before it was printed bulk on the card. And it says, thank you for your business. Hope may this be the start of a wonderful year. Nice, right? Do you guys ever get something like this? Does this go in the special box? This doesn't get kept, right? Why? I would throw it away already, except I'm using it to make fun of him publicly on all my team calls. And there's nothing wrong with this, but my point is this isn't special. Now, what is it about the handwritten note that made it special? I just want you guys to understand this. The reason why it was so special is because it represented an investment of time. somebody's most important thing. Now, Eric wrote a note, gave it to his assistant, and it took him no time. She then sent it to all of his his name's Eric too, by the way, so confusing, right? But he invested no time. It's not special. Somebody invested that time to write you that message. Now, what's cool about a handwritten message in a card, just as that example, that's like the extreme example, it's undivided attention, isn't it? What gets undivided attention in your life? And it's not a criticism, it's just a reflection on our society. It's so valuable, right? So valuable that we save it forever. In fact, people die and their family keeps their notes. Isn't that amazing? I mean, you guys have letters to your grandparents, and some of you probably have some of those things saved. It's amazing how valuable that investment of time is. It's like jewelry. I mean, it's amazing how that impacts people. I'm giving you that example, guys, because you need to understand that when you invest a little bit of time, and it's not always just writing note cards, though I think that is an important part of your business plan. You should have that as part of your marketing strategy, you guys. Just a little side note on note cards. If I said, come to my team call today and I will teach you about the most amazing marketing collateral that you could ever buy for your business, nobody will ever throw this away. It will always be saved for the rest of their life. Wouldn't you sign up for that class? All it is a heartfelt note. So you gotta put those in your business, especially for your personally sponsored coaches, guys, for recognition, heartfelt notes. But I'm gonna also explain to you guys that sending somebody a message on Facebook or Instagram one-on-one also has an impact. Maybe not as deep, but it has an impact because it's a one-on-one investment of time. Okay, and it means something. Make sense? Okay. I know I kind of go off on that one. I haven't even gotten to Teamzy yet. Oh my gosh, you guys don't have to work, right? Just kidding. All right, I think I'm done with my presentation. Let's see, I think I have one more slide. I think so, let's see here. So you just need a system, you guys. This is what you need. Now that we've talked about some of the principles, you need a way to stay in contact with all your relationships. Okay, you should know when you're gonna contact them so that you're not spending all day planning. I want you to be able to jump right in. I want you to know what to say so you're not spending all morning trying to figure out what the perfect messaging is, right? And I see in the team pages and stuff, people are like, what do you think of this messaging? You know, I want you gotta be moving forward. Make sure that people aren't falling through the cracks. Do you have a system for that now? How many of you guys have had somebody that you've talked to and have been interested and then decided, you know, I'm not quite ready right now. And then a couple months later, you see that they're a coach on someone else's team. It's like brutal, right? They just fell through the cracks. You planted the seed, you watered it, you put sunshine on it, and then you just weren't around at harvest time. Somebody else was. They were ready. With Teamzy, a system like Teamzy, that's not going to happen. Action steps. We'll save that for the end. Come on, guys. Let's get into Teamzy. All right, you guys with me still? Where are you, Teamzy? There you are. Okay, so here's my, I shared the whole screen. That's really distracting. Hold on a second. I just want to share Teamzy. There we go. That's better, right? Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take you through setup, show you how to do it. Some of you guys are already using it, so this will be a little redundant, but it may help you help your teams. Then I'm gonna take you in, we're gonna crush a power hour together. I'll show you how to start conversations by making people's day. I'll show you how to take those conversations, turn them into invites. Then I'm gonna show you how to take invites and follow up with them like a pro till they convert to your team. That's the process, okay? That's the process that we repeat for 30 minutes every single day. It's so awesome. You guys with me? All right, first of all, if you guys are already in there, you can go to teamzy.com and get a free trial for 30 days. It's free for 30 days. It's not a limited time offer. It's not a give us our credit card and we'll bill you through the rest of your life afterwards. It's free. No credit card required, nothing. Go in there and do it. Encourage your team to use it for free for 30 days, okay? The ones who are serious about building their business are gonna love it and keep it going. So get that free trial. And I'll give you some action steps on the free trial at the end of our call. So when you launch your free trial, you're gonna be in a setup wizard and you can relaunch it here in this little window. Here it is. The setup wizard makes setting this up super easy. We're gonna do 3 things in setup wizard. We're gonna set an income goal, which Teamzy is gonna use to recommend daily targets. Then we're gonna create a powerful why so that we can give you some armor against the desire to quit, which is you're gonna have if you're not already having it. And then we're gonna get your contacts imported into Teamzy so that you'll be super mega organized. You ready? Okay. So what's your income goal? How much money would you like to be earning 12 months from now? How much money would you like to be earning 12 months from now? Okay. and just put a number in. I put 150,000 in mine. What number do you want to do? Now, if you guys are already past six figures on your income, this is the best way to think about your income goal. How much new income will you create by doing the types of activities you get elite points for? Okay. So the new revenue that you'll create, the new volume and the new team members and the new bonuses. Okay. So, but if you're not at six figures, put a number in there. Okay. Now, I also will recommend, if you guys are serious, if you're really going to dedicate a little bit of time every day and you're really serious about building your business, I think your goal should be six figures or more. Okay, with me? All right. You make a mediocre goal, you get a mediocre result, right? All right, next. So Teamzy's crunched the numbers, and it's telling me that if I want to get to this number, I need to connect with, over the next 12 months, 4,348 people. Pretty big number, right? I mean, I actually went to high school in a town in New Hampshire with less people than that. So basically, if I lived there, I could just go meet everybody. Hey, that would be fun to do in a year. I'm gonna have to, someday I'll retire and move to that town and meet other people. But if you need to eat an elephant, how do you do it? Do you guys know this? If you need to eat an elephant, how do you do it? One bite at a time. So let's go to the next page. Teamzy's gonna break this down. So there's three basic groups that the world falls into for us: prospects, customers, and coaches, right? Obviously, they could be somebody else's customer, somebody else's coach, and then we don't have them on our list. Okay. Then we break this down yearly, monthly, weekly, and daily. So Teamzy's made a recommendation based on my goal that I connect with 9 prospects a day, 6 customers a day, and 4 coaches on my team every day. Okay. What do I mean by connect? A connect is not a follow-up. A connect is not an invite. A connect is just a connect. I just want to connect with you and make your day. My goal is to make your day. We get in the make someone's day mindset, and that's where we live. When you come up, my goal is to connect with you. Hey, how are you? How are things going? I just want to make your day. Okay. And then we've got invites. The minimum goal here is 3. You can change this to whatever you want, guys. You can be aggressive and make it 9, whatever. Right. So we got our 3 there. You can change these, anything that you want from Teamzy's recommendations. Okay. To whatever numbers you want. And then we've got an ad. These are adds to your list, new people that you're meeting and adding to your list every day, minimum of 3. Okay, again, you can change that, but I don't recommend you make it smaller. With me? Okay. Whatever you have in these boxes at the end here and click continue, your dashboard will be set up on your goals. So every one of your dashboards will look different, but be set on the goals you set. Next step is finding your why. Finding your why. And this is important, you guys. I want to talk to you a little bit about this. How am I doing on time? I'm doing okay on time. Sorry, I'm kind of getting into it. Is it okay with you guys? We're doing okay? Okay. This is important because I want you guys to know this. How many of you guys have been in the business 6 months or so, or a year, 6 months or more? Okay. 50% of coaches quit the business within the first 12 months, right? Some of you guys have experienced that and it felt like you did something wrong or it hurt, but that's just a statistic that is. That doesn't mean it has to be your statistic. That's network wide. Your statistic could be better than that. But here's the thing. I'm not even worried about the people on your team quitting at this moment. I'm worried about you guys. I'm worried about you guys. Because here's the thing that is true for all of us. Life's hard sometimes, right? Yeah. Life's hard sometimes. Sometimes life can be brutal. Financially, relationships, acts of God in nature, right? Deaths in the family, sick kids. Oh my gosh, what's worse than that? A friend of mine who's top 5 in the Isogenics network has a little girl who's got leukemia. She's 4. I mean, like, what's hard? Life is hard, isn't it? But here's the thing I want you guys to know. It's supposed to be that way. That's normal. That's normal. We get to decide what we make of it. And I want you guys to know, oh, and there's even something worse than tragedy. The worst thing that happens, most common thing that gets people to quit their dreams is this. You know, I don't know if I feel like doing it today. I just don't feel like doing it today. I did it all week. I don't feel like doing it today. That little emotion, you guys, will suck the life out of your business. Because if you don't feel like doing it today and you don't feel like doing it tomorrow and you go 3 days in a row, you're very close to quitting. So what is it that makes people successful? How do people like Meg get so many stars? Right? How do they do it? Do you think that she is more talented than the rest of you? Now, Meg, that may be the case, but let's just assume you're just as normal as everybody else. It's the reason why some people are successful, guys, is because they have a reason to be. They have a reason to be. This is why you hear me saying, you got to know your why. It's so important. Because on those days you don't feel like doing it for whatever reason, for small reasons or big reasons, your reason to do it has to be bigger than the challenge ahead of you. Right? Would you guys run into a burning building for no reason? No. But if your kids were in that burning building, would you run into that building? Absolutely. What's the difference? A reason that you care about more than anything. And you need to get there in this business if you want to be successful. That's it. Because if you, and I'll take you through the process right now. I'll stop talking about it. Let's just go in. Let's just do it. Let's get hands on. Here's the thing I want you to know. We built it into the Teamzy Setup Wizard to help you get to your why quickly and easily. It's not a big deal. You don't have to read 50 books on this. You get a working why and you start. And then over time, you're just going to get better at doing it. Your why is going to get deeper and more impactful. Okay? So let me take you through the process of this. I'll take you through my story. There's basically 5 questions that we ask you. It's like a journaling exercise that you're going to go through with Teamzy. Okay? So the first one is, why'd you become a coach? And this is just for you, just to get your mind thinking about it. Why'd you become a coach? So my story was, I did P90X, which by the way, I bought at Costco. Don't get mad at me. I didn't even know about the Coach Network. They sold it at Costco once I bought it. It stayed in my garage for about 3 years. I never did it. And then I finally did it. And I lost, like, I don't know. I did 2 rounds. I ended up 60 pounds down after 2 rounds. I looked pretty different. And everyone was asking me about it. I became a coach because as soon as I found out there were coaches, I was like, wow, people are asking me about P90X every single day. I should be getting paid for this. Anyone like have results and were like, yeah, it makes sense. That's why I became a coach. I didn't have this deep need to change the world at that moment. I was just like, wow, this is cool. What did you hope to accomplish? Second question. And I remember, it's so funny because this one might have actually been on like the quick start guide from Beachbody, because I think that I was asked this question by my sponsor. And I told him, I want to make $500 a month. Do you think I can make $500 a month extra money doing this business? He said, yeah, I absolutely think you could do it. I said, great. So you guys, $500 a month was extra money. It wasn't a deep why, but that's why I started. But it wasn't enough. That wasn't enough to keep me going, right? Because what's the thing about extra money? It's extra. You don't need it, right? You just want it. Okay, so the next question, why is that important to you? So in my case, why would $500 a month be important to me? So just to kind of give you guys a little bit of my story at that time, and all of us have a story, right? That $500 was a significant amount because I had been in the business of coaching and helping real estate people build their businesses. Well, what happened at the end of 2008, beginning of 2009? Do you guys remember the recession? The real estate industry disappeared. And then all the things that it supported disappeared after it. It was brutal. It was brutal. We lost 90% of the income that existed for people like me, consultants like me, to get paid, disappeared in a week. And my family struggled through that time, like I'm sure a lot of your families did too. And we held on. I mean, we were just like by our fingernails through that period of time. I was trying to find jobs in other industries. It was rough. And, you know, by God's good grace, we made it through that period of time and we didn't lose everything. We managed to kind of hold on. But for almost 7 years, we didn't save a penny. Not a penny was saved. Everything that we made, we used. And to me, Beachbody was like a way for me to make $500 a month. I could save money for the first time in years. That was important to me. So the next question is, what would achieving this mean for you and your family? And I thought to myself, wow, if I could save that $500 a month, month over month over month, we could buy a new house. My kid, I don't know about you guys, like we've got 4 kids. So obviously we had none, now we have 4. And so as the family grows, which is an amazing blessing, the house seems to shrink. Have you noticed that? So I really was excited about doing that. A lot of you guys, if you saw any of my early Teamzy presentations, they were from the woodshed in my backyard. Because our house was so small, I had no place to have an office. I put a great Wi-Fi system up, and I would go out in the shed 90 degrees and do presentations like this. It was awesome. Looking back on it, it's a pretty cool story, right? Okay, so I wanted to buy a house. So the next question, why is that meaningful? How does this make you feel? Why is that meaningful? How does this make you feel? I mean, you guys are gonna go through this process and you're gonna start having your own realizations. What's interesting about this, you guys, is when I started really thinking about if this was meaningful or not, I realized it's really not that meaningful. Buying a new home really wasn't meaningful. It's kind of shallow, kind of materialistic, right? But when I thought about how it made me feel, here's what I realized. I hadn't given myself the opportunity to think this. It was in my subconscious. It was in my heart. And the home, buying a new home, was symbolic of these emotions I was feeling but hadn't articulated to myself. And that was this, that my life, my relationship with my wife, and my kids, and money were not healthy. I know you guys can probably relate to that. My kids were growing up and I was missing it, completely missing it. I was working all the time and never saw my kids. Never saw my kids. And they would call me, my son who had just started kindergarten, I'd come home and he'd go, Mr. Lisa, I mean, Daddy. Like, he couldn't get my name out first, right? It was his teacher's name. And I was missing it and it was killing me. My wife and I were like ships that passed in the night. And I was, working all the time and not getting ahead financially. I just felt like I was trapped in a place I couldn't get out of. Guess what happened? This process of 10 minutes of thinking, I realized something. This opportunity, this Beachbody business, is more than extra money. This was a way for me to build the life I always wanted. This was a way for me to be with my kids as they grew up and to be part of their daily existence. This was a way for me to invest in my marriage, be the best husband I could possibly be. This was a way for me to have financial freedom, so I wasn't worried about money anymore. In 10 minutes, I realized more was on the line than $500 a month. Everything was on the line, because my other option was to go back to work and work harder. Guess what? Hadn't been helping. I was highly regarded. I was considered top of my trade, and I wasn't getting ahead. So where to go? Got to go in a different direction. Are you guys with me? This is why this is so powerful. Now, in the very last box, you're going to take all these thoughts that are happening and you're going to write down my why. I'm going to show you mine as an example. And by the way, mine is there as an example for all of you all the time. And it's so funny because a lot of people borrow my sentences, which is totally cool. You're okay to do that. But you need to make sure that it's your why, it's from your heart. So jumping back over there. The last question here is my why. So this is what I wrote. And this was not even 3 years ago that I wrote this down, you guys. To create a life where I never have to worry about money again. I enjoy quality time with my family and I'm present for my children on a daily basis. I'm healthy and I'm full of energy. This was my why. Simple, right? 3 sentences. I want you guys to know something. When I wrote this down, I was a Beachbody coach at the time, working full time at my career, trying to get an hour a day to my Beachbody business. Within 3 months of writing this, I left my corporate career. I moved into the sweaty woodshed in my backyard and started building my business. I had an entire wall of whiteboard, exposed beams. It was awesome. This gave me purpose. And it made me realize that when I didn't feel like doing it, by the time we got Teamzy, by the way, and I could do it in 30 minutes, it was like, I don't feel like I could do 30 minutes later. It's like, no, what's on the line? Because when you don't feel like it now, once you have a why, in my case, I don't feel like being with my kids. I don't feel like being, not worrying about money. I don't feel like being healthy. I don't feel like doing it. Do you see how it's like there? Now, here's another thing, guys. And there's those of you guys who do a lot of personal development can read the research behind this, but I will encourage you, once you save this, my why box, this last box, it'll save to your dashboard. I encourage you to open up Teamzy every day and read it out loud to yourself. It's really powerful. Read it out loud to yourself before you jump into your power. Okay, I've talked enough about this. Let's go. Next, we're going to get your contacts in. You guys are really lucky because this was built for Beachbody coaches. Setup is so easy for coaches. You're going to go to the Coach Online office and you're going to download your downline report, your coach report, okay? I recommend you just do your personally sponsored coaches. All right? And then you're gonna download your customer report also from Coach Online office. There's a little video here that shows you how to do it. It's actually really easy, and Beachbody gives you a pretty good Pretty good data. You're going to import your coaches first into Teamzy, then your customers second, then you're going to get your Facebook friends. This video shows you how to get your Facebook friends list, and you're going to import them. Coaches, then customers, then Facebook friends. The reason why I want you to do it in that order is because your coaches and your customers are also likely on your Facebook list, right? So if you import your Facebook list first, they'll come in from Facebook and they won't have addresses and phone numbers and all that stuff. Make sense? Okay. So getting all your contacts into one place is super easy. And then anywhere else you have contacts, if you're using a different CRM system, or if you want to get your phone contacts or whatever, you get those into a CSV file and you import that in. Also in our university section of Teamzy, there's lots of FAQs on different places like LinkedIn, your cell phone, places you want to get contacts on how to do it, okay? All right, so you go to the next step. We're gonna actually import some. I just got a fresh Facebook archive today, so I'm gonna upload that for you live. Here's my Facebook file. There it is, friends. Okay, so you can upload this and you can see how quick it goes. I deleted 1,000 people off my Facebook yesterday. It was like heartrending. But sometimes you just got to clean it out, right? All right. Here we go. Last step is ranking. Last step is ranking. So the reason we rank our contacts is because you need to spend more time with the best people. Okay? You need to spend more time with the best people. People most likely to move the business forward. Not the people who are the neediest, not the people who are the loudest or most annoying, but the best people. So we're going to prioritize our relationships. Guys, this is an important principle. Write this down because you want to teach this to your teams. First you have to prioritize relationships before you can prioritize time. Right? You have to prioritize relationships before you can prioritize time. That's a perfect example of how somebody like me could have never seen their kids. I had the priorities wrong. Make sense? Okay. So here's how the rankings work. It's real simple. It's like ranking Netflix or anything. 5 stars is awesome, right? 5-star is somebody most likely to become a customer or a coach. And you just rank this from your gut. Like, you don't have to labor over it. I think they're a 5-star. Boom, give them 5 stars. Great. Or there's someone that's already on your team that's a rock star and they're 5 stars. They're going to show up on your up next list every 30 days. The up next list shows you who to connect with. Remember I talked about connects are not invites, connects are not follow-ups. Connects are just, hey, how's your day going? Okay, they're going to show up every 30 days so we can continue to build that relationship and stay in touch. A 4-star person is someone likely to become a customer or coach with a little bit of nurturing, or they're an existing customer coach who's consistent, right? They're 4 stars, they'll show up every 60 days. 3 stars, most people you know are going to be 3 stars. They could go either way. You don't know yet. They could go either way. A 3-star person is going to show up on your list to connect with every 90 days. Okay, 2 stars getting a little bit colder every 120 days. And then 1 stars, these are people that they're like on your list, but you're not actively reaching out to them. Right? So your do not contacts will automatically drop into 1 star when you import them from Beachbody, for example. Okay, once you got everybody, so we're going to go to the next page. Actually takes us to the team page where everybody lives, and then it drops in rank mode. It's already turned on for you. On rank mode, you can just go down your list and you just rank people. Okay, you just click on them, work your list. Now, here's the thing. Notice everyone's a 3 to start. So it makes it easy for you. Everyone's already a 3 to start. They're already on a 90-day cycle. So what I want you to do is, if you have a huge list and you're intimidated by going through this and spending some time going through ranking everybody, I just want you to scan and look for the 4s and 5s. And when you see 4s and 5s, I want you to just promote them up, okay? So that they show up more often. Make sense? So you can just do it. And you can also do this in different pieces. You can do it your prospects separately from your customers and your coaches, okay? All right. Once everybody's ranked, we're ready to do our power hour. So let me just demonstrate this for you guys really fast. Here's the dashboard. I'll give you a quick tour. Today's activities are your goals for the day. These are the goals we set. So our goals that we set up are 10 prospects I need to connect with today, 6 customers, 4 coaches, okay? I also have a goal to invite 3 people and add 3 new people to my list. So those are my goals for the day. They're right in front of me. And this is all I need to do. If you want to hit big goals, you have to keep your focus small. Your focus has to be small to grow your business big. That's Brian Tracy. I can't take credit for that one, but it's true. Okay, it's true. Focus has to be small. So this is what you do today. Okay. Now, also a couple things. If you want to look somebody up that's not on this list, you just look them up in the lookup bar. It's great. You want to add new people to your list, you click on this add contact button. Simple. Your navigation's on the left right here. You've also got your why right here that we wrote. It's right there in front of you every day. Read that out loud. You want to change it? Click my why. It takes you back to that page. Okay? All right. And then one last thing I'll show you before we get started. You've got this little dailies. This is just your accountability, the things that you're not really doing Teamzy, but you need to do to be successful. Did you post on social today? Did you get those done? Did you do personal development work? Did you drink your Shakeology? Do your workout? That's just for you. It's just to be in your face and annoy you that you haven't done it yet until you do it, right? We want you to win. We want you to be successful. Okay, so the who's up next box is where the magic happens. This is the engine room of Teamzy. Okay, guys? And there's nothing like this anywhere else. So this tells you who to connect with. And it's based on the number ranks that we set when we ranked our team. Okay? Now, just for sake of argument, I call everybody your team. Prospects, customers, and coaches, they're all your team because everyone's on your team, right? They're supporting you and they're building you, and they will be as you develop them. So the first list are prospects. There's 4 lists here. Each one of these tabs gives me a new list. Customers, then coaches, then follow-ups. Okay? So let's go down my prospects first. The first person on my list is Jay. So I'm going to send Jay a message. Now, I've got Facebook open right here in a separate tab because I'm going to use Facebook Messenger to send my messages. That's my favorite mode of communication. So whatever you guys use, whether you Instagram people, Facebook, Snapchat, text, whatever, you have that ready to send the message, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over and I'm going to send Jay a message. I'm going to look up Jay. Oh, look, I've already got a message from her, so she's already up. Okay, great. I've already got her message thing up. But before I send her a message, I may think, I have no idea what to say to this person. I might not even remember who this is. Anybody ever see a name like that? And you're like, I'm not even sure who this is. Great, no big deal. What I want you to do is right here on the right-hand side, see where it says scripts? You guys see that button? I want you to click that because we've got some really great short little connect scripts that you can use. And you can modify them and make them your own. I'm gonna go to Facebook because that's what I'm looking for. And so here's this first one, which is just really simple. I love this one. It says, hi, Jane. Just stopping by to say hello. How are you? Hope your day's awesome. Guys, these are designed to connect. Remember, just to make their day. I want them to see your message, smile, and associate that emotion with you. Now, what I'm hoping will happen is they'll respond and you get to have a conversation. But at the very least, I just want them to smile and associate that with you, right? And I'll explain later how some of this process of relationship marketing is actually helping them retrain their subconscious to be more open to opportunities, which is kind of cool. All right, so sorry, I'm getting too deep, but let's just copy this. I click copy script, right? So I copied and grabbed it. Now I'm gonna just jump over to Facebook and I've got her message thing open right here. I'm just gonna paste it right in there. You could retype if you guys want to. I'm lazy. I don't like to do that. I want to be efficient. I changed the name because it was Jane. It was like a sample name, right? Hi, Jay, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? Hope your day's awesome. Boom. Sent. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is because I don't want to retype it, I'm just gonna copy it, jump back over to Teamzy and log it. Okay? So now I'm logging it. So now I'm actually tracking at the same time. So Teamzy tells me who to connect with, I connect with them, and now I can track it all at the same time. Cool, right? So select type, it's a Facebook message. Now watch what happens when I log this. I'm gonna click log connect. Watch what happens to my dashboard. Now I've got 1 on the scoreboard. And the next person's moved up. Oh, look, it's you, Meg. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna send Meg a message. Okay? I'm gonna send Meg a message. I'm gonna send her the same message. Change the name. You can personalize it if you want, but why not just be super efficient? So that's sent, okay? I'll go back to Teamzy, I'll log it. Oh, I have J's in my thing, it's okay. Okay, great, so I'm logging this one. Next, Kayla. Are you guys with me? How quick do you think I can make 10 people's day? And every one of them gets a personal message like, oh my gosh, this is so great to hear from you. When I get to 10, which was my goal, this will be all the way blue, and I'm gonna go to my next list, which is customers. Now I can follow the same pattern. Don't overthink it. We've written some scripts for you. Go to scripts. It's automatically, you can know to switch to customer scripts, which is great. I mean, like, you know, this is my favorite one. Hi, Jane, just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. Love that one, by the way. Hi, John, how are your workouts coming along? Are you drinking your water and shakes? Please send me an update. Let me know how I can be of help. It's just some great, simple things, right? There's also some good ones for getting recommendations, right? Now, a couple things here about customers, guys. I've talked to a lot of top coaches, and they've confessed they're not in touch with their customers. Some people, the list is so huge, they're completely overwhelmed by it. How many of you guys want that problem? Absolutely. Absolutely. But here's the thing I want you guys to know. You need to be in touch with your customers. It is as important as prospecting. Okay, and I'm going to give you 3 reasons. The first one is the moral reason, which is you're their coach and they need you. How many people have you met that bought their challenge pack and needed no additional support to be successful? 0. Well, there might be 1 or 2, but they're total grenade heads, and they're going to end up leading one of those. They're going to be the ones on the videos, right? Okay, so they need your help. So people buy a challenge pack, great. They do 21-day fix, they lose 20 pounds, awesome. Guess what happened 3 months later? They went back to normal. They need your help. So the people need your help. That's the first reason. You're their coach. Don't leave them behind. The second reason is, as you stay in touch and help them, guess what that means? They continue to purchase. They continue to drink Shakeology. They continue to do workouts. Okay? So there's a win for your business too. And if you're teaching your team to stay in touch with your customers, then your entire team volume grows at the same rate. So everybody wins again. So there's a second reason to stay in touch with your customers. The third reason, and I did a full hour-long training on this, it's in the university for Beachbody coaches, by the way, is getting new people, new sales, new SC points. How many of you guys ever wonder, like, how am I going to get to SC 5 or 10 this month? Here's what I will tell you guys. I'm just going to leave it here for you to realize. If you've had one customer, how many of you guys have had one person who was in a challenge group and got great results? Just one person at least. Everybody, right? Okay. If you've had one person be successful, then you can follow this system and never worry about hitting SC again for the rest of your life. Because you need to know that there is no better source for a new lead than a current customer. There's no better source for a new lead than a current customer. There's no special social media training that's better. A person who's used the products and got results is a walking, talking billboard already. They are already talking to everybody about it. They're in their kitchen at work with their little containers looking amazing. And everyone's like, what are you doing? Like, I'm doing this thing. They're talking about it. They're making their Shakeology in the company blender while their friends are crushing Krispy Kreme donuts. Everyone in their world is talking to them about what they're doing. The question is, are you in touch with that person to leverage that and help more of those people? And by the way, that person is your perfect candidate to become a coach. Because when you're like, well, who are you talking to? It's great. Can you introduce me to those people? It's like, thank you for introducing me to all those people. Do you know I have 5 people that want to join the next challenge group? Why don't we go ahead and just make them the beginning of your team? Are you guys with me? Do not neglect your customers. Stay in touch with them. And then when you get that email in the fall from Beachbody that says your average customer was on Shakeology for 6 months and you want to bomb it a little bit, maybe it'll say 11 months. What does a 4-month difference in average Shakeology subscription mean to your business volume? Huge. That's why I love talking to Beachbody coaches. My examples just aren't as good with unique mascara. All right, guys. So next we're going to connect with coaches. The same thing. You got to be in touch with your coaches. They just need to hear from you one-on-one. Having a team page, great. Having Zoom calls, great. But it is not the same as a relationship. And people want to be part of this community, especially when you guys are really successful. It's so, so big. It's so big. I remember the cruise last year. I was on the Success Club cruise last year, and Teamzy was just starting to take off, and people were talking to me about it. I remember talking to a woman she was successful in her own right. She was doing great. She was 7-star qualifying at that time. And we were just talking about this, and I just asked, and her coach happened to be a Superstar Diamond coach. Not you, Meg, you're not. I'm not putting you in the hot seat right now. And we were just talking about her coach and how awesome her coach was and how inspiring her coach was. And I just asked her, I said, do you ever talk one-on-one with her? Or do you guys ever communicate? And she goes, actually, to be honest with you, since I haven't talked to her since I signed up. She goes, I mean, we have like, she had a retreat where we got to go hang out with her and stuff, but like we never communicate with each other one-on-one. But she says, I have access to her. I can call her assistant and set up an appointment. And I said, let me just ask you a question. And again, I'm not judging or anything, but would it be meaningful to you if every 3 or 4 months you got a text message from her, just letting her know she was thinking about you and just saying hi? And it was just like a conversation we were having. And I have to tell you guys, I never forget the emotion. Like she started welling up with tears. Like the thought of that made her, it gave her an emotional response. Like you guys, you mean a lot to your team. Your team really loves that relationship with you. So use Teamzy to be efficient. I know you don't have a lot of time, but as your team grows, stay in touch, at least with those personally sponsored people, and connect with them. So we're going to go through and connect with our coaches. And our goal was 4. So I'm going to send 4 people a message. Boom, 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 boom. I'm thinking about you. How are you doing? You know, is there anything I can do to make your day? And that will make their day. And then we're done with these 3 categories. And we've got the 4th list, which is follow-ups. Are you guys with me? Do you see how we could do those 20 messages in like 20 minutes? Pretty fast, right? Now we're going to do our follow-ups. Now I don't have anybody on the follow-ups list, and you won't either on day 1, but how do we get people on the follow-ups list? So let me show you how this works. So what we did was we just sent out 20 messages, and we're going to be creating conversations. Typically, I would say you should expect about a 50% response on personal messages. So we just started 10 conversations. So now you're busy. Oh my gosh. You know, and some of those conversations are going to fizzle out right away. I'm doing great too. Thanks for checking in, you know, or they send you the, I don't want to talk to you anymore, thumbs up, emoticon, whatever. Some of those will fizzle out, which is fine because you've invested a little bit in that relationship and they'll come back on your list again in a couple months, right? But some of them have real conversations, and this is where you're going to start forming. Well, how are you doing? What are you guys up to? Do you have any big plans for the summer? How are the kids? Oh my gosh, you know, whatever. Start asking questions, follow your training on forming and creating a conversation. Here's what I want you guys to get from this. Your goal is still not to invite a recruit. Your goal is to find a way to help them. This is the basis of relationship marketing. How can I help this person today? Maybe they need a laugh. Maybe they need a cry. Maybe they need someone to pray with them. Maybe they need a new pediatric dentist for their kids. I don't know. Find a way to help them. Now, the jackpot is when they need help with their health or fitness or their financial situation. Then it's like, well, I've got a great opportunity. Let's talk more about that. So that's a way to help them. But your goal when you're having conversations is to help them and to invest in them. Because here's what I want you guys to know. If you lead with that, if you lead with the heart first, then you're going to create lots of opportunities, even in that same conversation, to talk about the business. Okay? But you want them to know that when we engage, when you and I talk, it's not just because I want to recruit you to my business. I'm caring about you, and I'm going to continue to care about you because you may not want to talk about the business right now. And you may not want to talk about them in 60 days when I message you again, but the next time you may be ready. Make sense? So we've got these 10 conversations going, and out of these 10, our goal is that we're going to generate 3 invites. That was our goal based on our goals here today. So if your goal is 6 invites, you might want to be connecting with more people every day. Make sense? So I messaged Jay, and she messages me back, and we're having a great conversation. We're getting all caught up, right? She's my example. And as she's going back and forth and we're getting caught up on life, she's like, so I've been watching you on Facebook. I love what you're doing. It's amazing. You know, do you think I kind of need to lose about 15 pounds? Do you think you could help me? Be like, yeah, absolutely, Jay. I can totally help you with that. Why don't we jump on a phone call? Because we're messaging, right? So I can understand your goals and make a good recommendation. She says, great. So Jay and I get on a phone call. We have a great conversation. I take notes on all her goals. And I say to her, you know what? I think probably 21 Day Fix is an awesome program for you. Shakeology, I think it would be exactly what you need. You probably could lose the 15 pounds even if you're really focused in 1 round, but for sure in 2 rounds. She's like, great. I would love to know more about that. Great. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Jay. I'll send you an email right now that has all the information on the challenge group that's coming up on 21 Day Fix and Shakeology, and it has the links in that email for you to order your challenge pack. Sound good? Great. Thanks, Eric. So this is the conversation we had, right? So how do I do it in Teamzy? Let me show you. So what I'll do is I had connected with Jay and she's not on my dashboard anymore. She's not going to come back for a month. So I need to look her up in the lookup bar. Not Jesse. There we go, Jay. I'm going to look her up. There she is. Great. Now what I want to do is log the connect that was an invite, because I told her I was going to send her the invite, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put a note that it was 21-day fix, invite. I'm going to select my type. It was via email. And then look at this little box right here. See where it says invite? When it's an invite, you click that. Then you select your type. So it was a challenge group invite. With me? Okay, great. Now, before I log this, I need to set my follow-up. See, it's on default right now. I need to set it. I told her I'd follow up with her. Did anyone pay attention? Did I tell you that? No. I told her I'd follow up tomorrow, see if she has any questions. If I didn't say that, I should have. So I'm going to set it for tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to set it for tomorrow. Great. Here we go. Log it. Now notice this. She's now got a follow-up set for tomorrow. I cannot mess this up. Tomorrow when I do my power hour and I get to follow-ups, she's right there. Are you with me? Now, as you continually do this every day, you're going to have a nice long follow-ups list that you're going to be working. Now, this is really important, you guys. I need to talk to you a little bit about follow-ups because it's very easy to do in Teamzy, but you need to understand this. Write this down, you guys. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. Now that you've written that down and understand that, I'm not making that up. You can go look that up. How many of you guys have had somebody interested, like Jay in this example, and then you send them the links and everything, and it's just crickets? You guys ever experienced that? And you followed up, like, I followed up like 3 times, 4 times, nothing. Anybody? Yeah. That's why you're not surprised when I say 80% of all sales happen after the 7th follow-up, right? Here's what I'm going to explain to you guys real quick about this. First of all, that's normal. I would expect the vast majority of people to not respond to your first 5 or 6 follow-ups. The vast majority of people will not respond at all. So you're not doing anything wrong, and there's nothing wrong with your relationship with that person. It's human psychology. I'll explain it in a second. But here's the thing. You guys believe in what you're doing, right? You believe in these products. You believe in Shakeology, how it changes people's health. You believe in how these fitness programs change people's lives. And you believe in this financial opportunity. I want you guys to understand that our subconscious minds struggle against change. You guys understand that, right? Our subconscious mind is designed to keep you safe, to keep you where you are. And so somebody's excited. In this case, Jay's excited. And then her subconscious, though, it's happening in the back of her mind, is going, no way, we're not doing that. Nope, that's scary. That's dangerous. That's risky. And it might not even be something that she knows is happening. In fact, when she gets your follow-ups, she may still be excited, but her subconscious mind is going, oh, you can't respond to that right now. You got to make dinner. Oh, you need to go take care of the kids right now, this second. You can do that later. That's what's happening. It's all happening at the subconscious level. So here's what I want you guys to know. If you're going to help people as coaches, you have to get them past that. This is your job. Your coaching starts not when the challenge group starts, but it starts after the first invite. You have to coach them through the process of buying and of signing up. So if you care about people and you want to help them, it starts with following up. So I want you guys to understand this principle. Write this down, put it on a sticky note, put it on the corner of your computer. Following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. And failing to follow up with somebody because you're irritated they haven't responded, or because you got your feelings hurt that they haven't responded, or whatever, is really just communicating to them, I don't care enough about you to follow up with you. Sorry. Next. And I've even seen coaches from stage go, I followed 3 times, and I'm like, next. I'm like, great. Can I have your list, please? Because those people need help, right? How many of you guys were reluctant to get in your first challenge group? Took months. I know in my business, my best coaches were the ones that took me a year to get into that first challenge group. They understood that process too. Okay, so look, I don't want to beat the dead horse. Let me show you how to do this. How do you follow up without being annoying though? How many of you guys thought when Eric said 7 to 10 times, I'm like, I would never do that because that'd be so annoying. Yeah, it's not though. I'm going to teach you how. Following up is an act of love, and it's not annoying if you follow these 2 principles. Okay, I'm going to give you the 2 principles to never be annoying, and then we're almost done. I know, I've been talking a long time. I'm getting into it with you guys. What can I say? The first principle is this: never ask someone to do anything in a follow-up. Never ask someone to do anything in a follow-up. Don't ask them to call you back. Don't ask them to text you back. Don't ask them to respond. Would you just respond to me? Don't ask them to hurry up and sign up for their challenge pack. Don't ask them to do anything in a follow-up. That's annoying. You guys ever get voicemails where someone's like, call me back, please? It's like, what? Why can't you just tell me what you need? Right? Don't be that person. Don't ask them to do anything in the follow-up. People always go, but I've always been taught I have to give them a call to action. You already did that. You gave them a call to action in the invite. Now you're just following up. Make sense? All right, the second principle is this. Make sure you follow up via like text or message. Okay, because nobody wants a voicemail from you. They really don't. And make sure it's short enough they can read it on their notification screen without opening it. Because they don't want you to know they've seen it yet, because they're not going to respond yet. You with me? You guys do it too. So do those 2 things. Don't ask them to do anything. Keep it short so they can read it on their notification screen, and you will never be annoying. Now, I'm going to show you guys, by the way, I've already got 10 messages in Teamzy scripts for you to use. So you don't even have to think. You can plug your team into the same 10. They're all ones that we used in this business and work great. You can change the language a little bit to sound like you. You can add your emoticons. But they're there to make this super easy for you, okay? But let me just show you how to do this in Teamzy, and I'm going to explain what's happening psychologically as you're doing it. Hold on a second. I have to move these guys. Your faces are here. Here we go. So now I'm going to follow up with Jay. We're on my follow-ups list. I'm going to go to scripts. I'm going to send her a Facebook message. See the follow-ups are here? 1, 2, 3. They're right here. Here's the first one. Hi, Jane. Just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? So that's going to be my first one. Okay. And I'll send that to Jay. I can send Jay anything because she works for me. She doesn't mind. She does team calls all the time and sends me these messages that are like, hey, Eric, just checking in with you. Okay, so look, there, I'm sending her the follow-up. Okay, we do it the same way. I'm going to log it and track it. Go back to Teamzy. Log that. Okay, and this was a follow-up. Facebook message. Now set the next follow-up. Okay, I'm going to set it for tomorrow again. I like to do the first few days in a row. Okay, so make sure you set the next follow-up or she'll fall off your follow-ups list. We want to keep her on the follow-ups list. Okay? Now, tomorrow I'm going to come in. I'm going to go in here and grab the next one. And you might have 20 people on here. You can go just as fast, right? If you're not sure where she's at, you click details and go, I'm sorry, activity, and go, boom. Oh, she's on number 2 now. Great. I'm going to go in here, go to follow-ups number 2. Hi, Jane, just make sure you got my email. Check in to see if you have any questions. Okay. Copy it, send it, right? Go back, I'm gonna log it, set the next follow-up. Now what's happening with these messages, you guys, is that she's getting them and she's seeing them on her lock screen without opening her phone, so you don't know that she's seen it, right? But when she sees this message, it's short, it's sweet, it's got your heart, it's got enthusiasm, and she's going, oh yeah. And she's remembering the hope that she felt when you had that first conversation. Because don't get me wrong, you guys, your product is hope and a plan. That's what you sell, hope with a plan. So she's feeling the hope again. She's feeling that good emotion. She sees it for a second and she's thinking to herself, I need to respond, but right now I can't because whatever her mind is telling her is the excuse. But guess what happened? She associated your opportunity, your name with a good emotion. Tomorrow when you follow up again, same thing. The next day when you follow up again, same thing. A couple days later when you follow up again, same thing. And then what happens is, the reason why 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up is you are actually reprogramming her subconscious in a positive way. You're positively reinforcing her subconscious to be open to this opportunity because every single day or every couple of days, she's having a positive emotion associated with this. It must not be that risky and scary. Does that make sense? This is the psychology behind it. I'm going deep with you guys because I'm having fun with you. I could just tell you, just follow up 10 times and it will work. And it will, but this is why it works. that make sense? So every day you come in here and look, we've got all these great scripts for you, all the way to 10, just staying in touch so I can help you achieve your goals. Hope you're doing well. I'm here when you're ready. You know, number 6 is where we start to give them, you know, tell them, hey, you're running out of time. We want to get you in the challenge group in time. Number 7, just stopping by to wish you a fantastic day. So as you're connecting, you're on top of their mind. You're staying top of their mind constantly. They're looking at your Facebook page. They're seeing your posts. They're seeing how other challenge groups are going. They're seeing all this stuff, and they're staying engaged with you. Even though they're not responding, they're engaged with you through this process. Make sense? And so 2 things can happen. Jay either signs up, or she says, I'm just not ready this round. Which is great, because guess what? She's on my Teamzy list 30 days from now. Hey, Jay, how are things going? It's been a month since we talked. What are you up to? You know, I want to share with you a story of, you know, I want to share with you Jenny's story from our challenge group last month. She lost 12 pounds in the group. Isn't that amazing? I love, by the way, sharing stories of the group that someone passed up with them later. It's a great way to let them know what they missed out on in a nice way and encourage them. Okay, so anyways, now let's say that Jay did sign up. I go into the coach office and I see, okay, great. She signed up. She came in as a coach. She got her challenge pack. She's ready to go. How do I do that in Teamzy? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look her up again at the top, bring me to her record. First thing I want to do is log the sale so that I can track that I got some fruit for my efforts. So I clicked on that sale button. Now I'm going to click challenge pack and save it. We're not tracking volume or commission. I just want to know that the sale happened. Now I'm going to move her from prospect to coach just by going to member type here and clicking on coach. So now she's been moved from the prospect group to the coach group. It's done. And I can put personally sponsored. So now she's in the right category. And I'll continue to connect with Jay on the coach tab. You may want to set a new follow-up with her to follow up and start doing your new coach training stuff with her. With me? That's how you do it though. Connect with people every day. Just let the system be your guide. Connect with the people who come up. You'll be surprised who responds. You'll be surprised sometimes, like, I don't even know this person and now they're responding. Do your connects, create your conversations, look for ways to help people. If the way to help them is through the business opportunity or through the products, invite them to go deeper. Then put them on your follow-ups list and follow up like a pro. That's the system. Do it every day. You with me? Okay, I've been talking a long time. A little bit of over delivery is my disease. Let's go in and see if you guys have any questions. I'm just going to jam through the chat real quick. But if you have questions, just go ahead and unmute and ask them. I'm laughing. You guys are funny. Rachel did ask a question. She did this last year and then quit. She wants to know will all her contacts still be in there when she re-signs up? Yes, that they'll still be in there. Has it been more than 6 months? I'm not sure. If it's been more than 6 months, they might not be there, but I think they are there. I don't think they've done a purge for a long time. We always say we'll keep them at least 6 months, but I don't think they've purged it actually in a long time, so that should also be there.
Will it matter that I didn't know to do the customer and coach download and I had just done my Facebook? Can you hear me? I don't know if I.
Yeah. I mean, you can also redo them if you want.
Okay.
You can redo them fresh. Let me show you how to do that real quick. I hear you. Literally, I hear you. So go into team, click team on the left nav, and I'm going to go to import history. So what you could do is you could go in here and delete your original import and just import new, fresh.
Perfect.
Okay. The other thing that you can do, depending on the size of your team, if your team is not huge, you can just go in and go through, you put it on type mode right here.
Okay.
And you can go down your list and just put people in the right category. Like if she's supposed to be a coach, you just click coach, right?
Okay.
If she's supposed to be a prospect, you know, or she quit, she was a coach, but now she's not, I'll put her back over to customer. I always moved coaches that quit over to customer. I don't know if you guys do that, but the reason why is because I know they love Shakeology and I know they probably will continue to buy products. So I just move them back to customer and keep them there. All right. Any other questions, you guys? I'm just reading the chats to see if there's any questions, but mostly you guys are just showering me with love, which I will take. What if the friends you upload are coach friends? Oh, great question, Angela. Good question. Okay, real quick. So what do I do if I have friends in here that I want to stay in touch with, but they're coaches that aren't on my team, right? So what we do is, let me go to this coaches list here as an example. So Brittany, I put Brittany as a coach. Okay, how many of you guys know Brittany? Depends on what part of the country you're in. She's the West Coast sales manager, Western region sales manager. Okay, so let's say Brittany's a coach that's a friend of mine, but she's not on my team. So what I would do is just put fellow team coach, like even if she's not on my team, like she's just somebody that I want to stay in touch with. Why would I keep her on my Teamzy list? Because those Teamzy is about building relationships, right? And you get a lot of value from sideline relationships. You get, you have mentors that are coaches and aren't on your team, and you have success partners and just good community people, right? So I know when I was a coach, I didn't have a real active, well, my upline was actually awesome, but I didn't know her. She was way up there, right? And so a couple of other successful coaches adopted me into their teams. So I got to be part of a couple teams that I wasn't even a part of, which was amazing. That's why I love this community. So I learned a lot from other coaches that weren't part of my team, and I would have them in there because I wanted a relationship. So I would want to send them a message or send them a card. Make sense? Okay. All right. Any other questions? You guys can just ask. You don't have to type them up here. Okay. Oh, I got to give you the action steps. Oh my gosh. How can I forget that? I'm supposed to be a coach, right? Here's your action steps. Go get your 30-day free trial. No brainer. Okay. Get everyone on your team to get a free trial. You get a new coach coming in, get them into the free trial. It'll give them some structure. And you'll have a good idea in the first 30 days if somebody's going to really be a builder in this business, right? I want you to get a 30-day success partner to do the trial with you. If you're already a Teamzy user and right now you're remotivated to do Teamzy because you've been on this call, do a 30-day challenge with somebody that you know for 30 days with Teamzy. What I want you to do together as success partners is at the end of each day or whenever you get it done during the day, I want you to screen grab the completed daily goals at the top of your screen. All those circles filled in, screen grab that and message it to your success partner. Because you will get that from your success partner, and I'm speaking from experience, at like 10 p.m. at night, and you haven't done squat today. And you're just gonna make you mad. If you have any competitive bone in your body like I do, you'll roll over, grab your phone, and just start messaging people through Teamzy instantly because you can't stand it. And then at 11 o'clock, you'll wake your success partner up with your completed screen grab. And guess what? You'll push each other to do more. So it's so much better to have a success partner, okay? And then finally, I'm gonna give you guys a 5-day challenge. 5-day challenge. In addition to doing your 30-day challenge with your success partner, do a 5-day challenge. I want you to connect with 100 people in 5 days, okay? And again, it's not a lot. It's an average of 20 people a day. 20 people a day, but I want you to do it 5 straight days, no days off, 5 straight days. I want you to experience the momentum, okay? And it can be any mix of customers, prospects, or coaches. 5-day challenge, okay? How many of you guys are up for the 5-day challenge? Public accountability, got hands up, look around. You guys are now on that thing. I get messages all day long from people going, oh my gosh, I did the 5-day challenge and I had my best month ever. Okay, I can't wait to get yours. Just do it. There's people out there that need your help. They just need to hear from you. You guys with me? Okay. Thank you guys so much.
Eric, I have a quick question. Can you just go over the business tab really quick where those graphics are?
Sure.
So like the ratio, I obviously understand that the smaller the ratio, the better. And we will be working, towards that. Mine is scary large at this point, but I just want to make sure that I'm maximizing this as much as possible.
That's a great question. Okay, so The reason these ratios are here, and we've not gone over these in depth, but as a business coach, somebody that helped people build their business, it's kind of confusing, right? Because Beachbody coach, business coach. These ratios were the most important metrics I used to help people get better at their business.
Yes.
So you've got two ratios: connects to sale. How many times are you connecting with people on average before it results in a sale? Now, the reason why that's important is because I want you to be able to accurately predict the results you're going to get in your business. Make sense? So if your ratio is 100 to 1, that means that if you make 100 connects, you're going to get a sale, right? So if your goal is Success Club 10, then I need 5 sales. I need to be connecting with 500 people a month. Now, 100 to 1 is bad. That's big. I'm just giving you an example, right? If your goal is 20 to 1, so that helps you project better. Now, if you're a newer coach and I said that like I was from Canada. Coach, just hit me. I don't know. I'm from California. What are you going to do? But if you're newer, your ratios are going to be not as good as somebody that's maybe more experienced at reaching out to people, and that's okay. That's where you work with your upline, your team, and say, how are you overcoming objections, or can I get better at the way I'm communicating with people? And you do some role playing and things. You can work on those skills, right? So your connects to sale is your first skill. The way this works is when you log a sale, like I showed you with Jay, that starts registering your connects to sale. Okay, now how you get a sales to coach ratio in Teamzy is when somebody that you logged a sale gets moved from another category to coach, then it logs it as a sale to coach ratio. So in the example with Jay, I logged the sale, then I moved her to coach. So she would have checked the box on both of those. Does that make sense? Now the sales to coach is how you can see how well you're recruiting. Now you may start doing this and be like, wow, I'm generating tons of sales, but I'm not recruiting many coaches. And that's where, you go to your upline and say, obviously I'm really good at selling challenge packs, but what am I missing? How can I do a better job of recruiting people to the team? And you just learn from those numbers help you understand where you can get better. Does that make sense? Some people are really great at recruiting, but aren't as good at creating the sales, and you got to find the right thing. But what I have found is that if you are following Teamzy, and even if you just need to lean on the scripts that we've given you to kind of build those skills and kind of get out of your comfort zone and get comfortable connecting with people, you'll find that the ratios do lead to each other pretty well. That if you're generating a certain number of sales, you're also generating a certain number of coaches, and you're growing your team. Does that make sense? Okay, so these metrics are here to really help you guys drill in. Now, those of you guys who haven't even started using Teamzy, I don't want you to get distracted by this. Just keep your focus on the dashboard and just connect. Make sense? And after you get good at building this habit, that's where you're going to drill it in a little bit. It's kind of like with the nutrition and working out. It's like just follow the program, and then as you get deeper into it, you start to understand, well, maybe I should be getting organic vegetables. Oh, maybe I should be getting this as a higher nutrient content than that, and you start getting better and better, right? That's the kind of the process we all have. The same thing will happen with your business management. A couple other things here that it shows you too. You can track income up here, which is kind of cool. So you're just going to put your income in here. As you get your commissions reports, you just put it in there and just add it in, and it'll track income to goal too. So you have that tracked for you. Also, it has your activity history. So you can see all your activity history that you've done. At any moment, you can see who you've been working with, okay? Which is pretty cool. And then one other thing I just want to, for those of you guys who are still here, the university tab is where you're going to find FAQs, videos, a whole community of coaches that you can communicate with. You can learn all kinds of stuff in there. Okay. All right. Somebody said, is there an app for Teamzy from your phone? It's not an app, it's a mobile website. But it works great. If you're on an iPhone, you go to Safari. If you're on an Android phone, you go to, what do you guys use in Android? Chrome. This is what it looks like. I'll show you real quick. Where's my thing? Share screen. I can mimic it on Google. Here it is. Wait. Can you guys see that? So this is what it looks like mobile, which is pretty cool. So you can do everything on your phone that you can do regular. You can add new people, right? You can connect, like Kayla was the next person on my list. I can click her. I can go to scripts. I can pick a script. It's super easy, by the way, on phone. It's actually easier because I can copy that script and then I can toggle over to Facebook and just send it with one button. I log the script, you guys with me? You can do everything on mobile. So once you get this set up, you do it on your phone. It's pretty cool. So, okay. Awesome, guys. All right, any other questions? Thank you guys for having me. I will be at Summit with the COO of my company as well. My partner, Mike Lopez, will be dressed like this. That's why I wore it, so you could look for us. We're gonna have our hats. Come see us. Tell us how you're doing. If you have any questions, we'll be there cruising around, having fun. But again, thank you for your time, Meg. Thanks for having me. Hope this was really valuable to you guys. I'll get this call uploaded to our Teamzy YouTube account and send you the link in a little while. Thank you, guys. God bless. Have an awesome day.